up, you guys, and welcome back to another episode of Kitchen Chaos. This is episode number 4. If you are tuning in, I want to thank you for coming to watch. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Give this video a fat thumbs up to show appreciation and that you like the video. And also turn on your post notifications so you can be notified every time I post a video. And don't forget to click the links in the description box and follow me on social media. Okay guys, so today's recipe, we are going to actually be making peach cobbler pockets. Okay, so I seen this on, I want to say Facebook, and somebody made like a peach cobbler like nachos or something, and I wanted to try it, but I wanted to do like my own little twist on it. So we're just gonna go with the flow and see how it ends up. I don't know how to make this. I didn't see any videos on how to make it, but I do want to make this. And it's been in my head and I've been having a taste for it. So yeah, we're gonna get into this video. Guys, for this recipe, you're going to need some wonton wraps, some butter, margarine, or you can use like the stick of real butter, some cream cheese frosting, 1 can of peaches. You can use more depending on the size of the recipe, some ground cinnamon, some ground nutmeg, golden brown sugar, all-purpose flour, and then you're gonna need some regular sugar as well. Guys, so first I have like this pan here. We're going to start making our peaches for this recipe. Okay, so first I have 1 can of these sliced yellow peaches with 100% fruit juice. I am going to be draining the juice out of the peaches. I want it completely drained. And you can always use more depending on how big your recipe is. So I'm gonna go drain this and I'll be right back. So now that they're drained, I'm just gonna add them right here into this pan. And I'm going to now get my ground cinnamon. Like I said in my previous videos, I don't measure, I just go by the eye. So that's one thing you probably won't like about me, but hey, that's why you taste as you go. Alright, so I'm just going to sprinkle some ground cinnamon in here. Now you sprinkle, we're just going to dab some, make sure it's all covered up. Then we're going to go in with our ground nutmeg and do the same. For nutmeg, you don't really need a lot because it has like this strong taste that takes over anyway. We're going to grab our brown sugar. Okay, brown sugar is added. Now I'm going to take my 1/2 cup and get some sugar. Now, I don't measure, but when it comes to sugars and how sweet something is, I want to know, especially because this is a new recipe and I want to know what I did before to accomplish it, just in case I like it and I want to do it again. So I have a 1/2 cup of sugar. I'm going to pour some of that in there. And then I might do just 1 more of the 1/2 cup. Pour it on in there. Now we're going to be putting it on the stove to get ready to cook. Guys, I completely forgot the butter. So I'm gonna actually take 3 tablespoons of butter and add it into butter in there. Now I'm gonna let it warm up a little bit before I start to stir it. But I am going to be using this deep white spoon to do the job. Now it's starting to warm up a bit. We're going to take this spoon and start to stir everything together. Now, when you warm up any type of sugar, it's going to get all thick and syrupy. Let it bring itself to its own little boil. That side over there, I have my oil in a pan so I can get ready to fry these. When they're ready, the oil will be already hot. This is a tip. You want to make sure that you put your oil on before you even start cooking. That way, you don't have to wait for it to get all warmed up when it's time to fry the goddamn things. Just a tip. Okay, so now when I have stuff on the stove that is like cooking or whatever, I like to set up for the next step. That way we ain't gotta go do it, you know, afterwards. If that makes sense. I think y'all get what I'm saying. But anyway, we could just prep. That way we can just get it done right when it's time for it to get done. So then we can eat a little sooner than we would have if we would have waited. Y'all get what I'm saying. Anyway, we're about to go and add some cinnamon sugar into a bowl. Because after we fry the little pockets up, we're going to be covering them in cinnamon and sugar mixture. So I just put my amount of sugar that I want. It's just an eye thing, you ain't gotta measure. My amount of cinnamon. And then I wanna grab a fork and just mix it together. Like so. And I might need some more, but until then, this is good for right now. But if you can't see, the peaches are starting to boil. So we're gonna mix that up, and then we're gonna see where it is and if it's time for the next step. All right, guys. So I'm starting to stir it up a bit, like so. And now the peaches are getting a little softer, so I'm gonna attempt to try to chop them up, because they are a little slippery in here. And I don't mean chop them up like they gotta be all chopped up. I just mean like breaking some of the peaches in half because they're really big. But I'm gonna leave that heat on because they're not quite ready yet for the next step. We still wanna let them get a nice little boil first. Ooh. All right, I'm gonna finish doing that and then I'll be back. Alright guys, so now the peaches are finished and they are all chopped up how I want them to. And if you can see the little glaze there, that's what you want it to look like. Now we're about to start wrapping these. Now this is the fun part. Alright guys, so like I said, this is actually my first time using this. I thought this was going to be a good idea. I'm gonna try it, so don't judge me. If I mess up, you'll see me mess up. I took out 3 of the little wonton wraps. They're really small. They're really small. That one can go. My hair was on it. They're really small. But what you want to do is you want to wet the sides of the one that is going to go first. So I got me a cup of water and I'm wetting the, not even the sides. I think I'll just do the whole thing. All right, I'm gonna grab some peaches. Drain them a bit. I don't want too much juice in there. Maybe like 2. All right. Oh my gosh, oh guys, I'm kind of scared. Okay. So wet the other one. I'm kind of trying to figure out how I'm going to do this. So you guys are gonna find out with me. How fun. I'm gonna put it over. I'm gonna get a fork and clamp the sides down like a little ravioli. But you wanna make sure it's secure. So that's what the third one is going to be for. To make sure that everything is going to be wrapped correctly and that it's going to be secure. Alright, alright. So we're going to put this one on top and wet it up a bit. There we go. And we're just going to fold. Wet, fold, wet, fold, wet, and then fold it the last time, and then wet, and then go in with our fork and do the same thing. Make sure that we're keeping it secure. I feel like when it's wet, it really secures it. So I'm gonna go ahead and wet the ends where I just did the print on the fork. And that's how it's looking. Okay, so we're gonna grab this here This is our hot oil, so be very, very careful. And we're just gonna drop it in there like that. And we're just gonna let it dry. Okay, guys, I wanna see what it looks like on this side, so I'm gonna flip. So it's not as brown as I want it yet, but it's okay. It's getting a little crispy. Brown on both sides, I'll be back. Now guys, it's getting to the color that I wanted. It's getting a little golden brown there. If you can hear it, it's gonna be really crunchy. And that's what you want. Here's that side. Good, all golden brown. And now, alright guys, so this is how they look right now. I kind of burnt this one in the middle a little bit, but it is extra crispy. Here's that. So now what you want to do is get your cinnamon and sugar, grab one, toss it in the cinnamon and sugar mix. You can do a light toss or a heavy one. And do the same thing to the other ones. Now that they're tossed, it's time for the next step. All right, so I'm gonna take this rich and creamy Betty Crocker cream cheese frosting. I'm just gonna get a spoonful of it and pop it right in this bowl because I'm gonna put it in the microwave for around 30 seconds so it can get like a little liquid texture, and I'll be back. So that was more like 15 seconds, but you can see how it's looking. Okay, so now what you want to do is you want to get your ice cream of your choice. I got the Breyers homemade vanilla. And you're just going to scoop you some ice cream. Oop. Okay. Scoop you some ice cream, however much you want. I'm not going to do too much. Went and got my ice cream and put one in my little pockets on top. I'm only going to use one for this little decoration look, and I'm going to grab my icing and just drizzle it onto there. And then I'm going to go ahead and add some more juice. I went ahead and added some of my peach filling juice on the top. That's what's on ice cream. That is also the cream cheese frosting drizzled on top. And it is time for the taste test. Okay guys, so now it is time for our taste test. This is how it is looking right now. It is so bright. You can't even see. All right, there we go. Oh my God. So what I'm gonna do is put some ice cream on the top of that. You guys, look. This is so good. My teeth is so sensitive to cold, so you see me making faces. Now I think that these would be good if you want to make them for like a party or like a quick snack instead of like making a whole peach cobbler. I think this is what I'm gonna start doing. This is probably my favorite thing that I've made on Kitchen Kayosss so far, and I'm not even lying. Like, this is so good. And I wanna, okay, so I love like warm peach cobbler, and I love how it keeps the peach warm in the inside with the cold ice cream. And then the crust. Okay, so I don't know if you guys can tell, but I went and grabbed me another one. But this is the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching this video. This was episode 4 of Kitchen Kayosss. Stay tuned for episode 5. That will be coming real soon. Also, don't forget to follow me on social media so you can be a part of the deciding process on what I cook. And subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Invite people to come subscribe to my channel. Also, hit that like button and show appreciation by commenting and turning your post notifications on so you can be notified every time I post. My head is just not even here right now because I'm trying to hurry up and end this so I can finish eating this because it was so good. 10 out of 10. But yeah, thank you guys for watching.